Now, we can do this from a frequency distribution or a frequency table as well. So in this case, it says the data below represents the number of touchdowns thrown by Jason, the Center High School quarterback, during his high school football career. So it shows all the games that he played and how many touchdowns he threw. Calculate to one decimal place if necessary the mean, the median, and the mode for the number of touchdowns per game. Well, in this case, I can state that mu is going to equal all these numbers added together, 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. All divided by 19. Which means that mu is going to equal 27 over 19, which is going to be 1.4 touchdowns. For the median, I'm going to relist all the numbers, starting with zeros, then the ones, then the twos, then the threes. Well, I have 3 zeros. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 twos. And I have 1, 2 threes. If there was 19 games, then the middle number is going to be the 10th number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And my median is 1. And my mode in this case is going to be 1 and 2. Both occur 7 times. Now, this would be simpler using a frequency table. A frequency table says on the left-hand side what the values are, and on the right-hand side, the number of times that those values occur, which, if we have a lot of repeated numbers, like we do in this case, can be very helpful. So in this case, it says that 0 occurred 3 times, 1 occurred 7, 2 occurred 7, 3 occurred 2. Now, why does this make it so much easier? Well, if I can put this stuff on a frequency table, then I can simplify the process. If I said that Susanna can use this to determine it, well, if I'm determining my mu from a frequency table, as opposed to having to add up all the numbers individually, I could say that mu is equal to, well, 0 happened 3 times, so I'm going to multiply that by 3 times. 1 happened 7 times, so 7 times the number 1. 2 happened 7 times the number 2. And 3 happened 2 times the number 3. All divided by, add up the frequency table, 3 plus 7 plus 7 plus 2, which means that mu is going to equal, on the top, 27, on the bottom 19, which is going to equal 1.4. For the median, I can say that with 19 items, the middle is number 10. Zero is item 1 to 3, because there's 3 of them. 1 is item, it starts at the number 4, and we'll go up to the 10th one. 2 is item number 11 to 17, and 3 is item 18 to 19. If I'm looking for the 10th one occurs on number 1. And the easiest one is going to be the mode. Mode is 1 and 2. Just look for the largest number in the right column. It seems pretty straightforward. Okay. Now, make sure if you have a Casio calculator that you grabbed the PDF that I put up on D2L. Your process is going to be a little bit different for this, but I outlined all of the steps for how you're going to do this. So, make sure that you read through and are following the steps. What it is showing you how to do is just use the stats function, and you might even want to bookmark these pages in your books so you can have it for reference, showing you how to use the lists and the stats functions in order to solve this data. So clear all the lists, access the list feature by going to stat and edit, and you're going to put all the numbers, if you just have one set of numbers, into list 1. Then you're going to quit out of there, and you're going to calculate the one variation stats. When you go through this process and put everything in together correctly, remember that mu is going to be represented by the x with the line over it. Where it says median, or med, there's my median. And if you have a Casio calculator, it actually will give you the mode. It's only on the TI-83s and 84s, it will not tell you the mode. The mode should be one of the lower points that lists. So, if I'm given this set of data, and it wants me to solve the mean, the median, and the mode, well, I'm just pulling from the information that I have here. I'm going to say that mu is equal to 10.7. I'm going to say that the median is equal to 10.5. And for the mode, I can go back up, look at my numbers, and say, well, which one occurred the most? 14. 14 is the only one that occurs more than once. So I got a mean of 10.7, a median of 10.5, and a mode of 14. If I'm doing the same process with a frequency table, then when I'm doing the list, I'm going to put the numbers into list 1. and I'm going to put the frequency, so how often they occurred, into list 2. Then, when I'm putting the data in, I'm going to make sure that I incorporate both list 1 and list 2. When I do that, and make sure that it knows when you're putting in the data, because you can select L1, you can select L2. Remember that if you're doing it on Casio, for the L1, L2, don't type in L1 and L2. It's going to be second, or sorry, for not for the Casio, for the TI-83A4s. For L1, L2, L3, it's going to be second 1, or second 2, or second 3. Look at the listing in the blue. Make sure that it knows that list 2 is going to be your frequency list. And when you do the calculate, it's going to work the same way, where you're going to find your mean with the X on the line on top. You're going to find your median, where it's just med, and then your mode, you're just going to have to look at the list and pull it from there. And we can say that our mu is equal to 1.4 or 1.42. Your mid is equal to 1. And your mode is going to equal 1 and 2, which matches the information we did in the last case. All right, that is it. Give this some practice.